said that there was the two-story house, as I said before. It ended up with the union picketing around the area, and that was because of the trade agreements that were going on. Then the boats, they had to have men that were riding through like guards up and down the waterfront to protect the merchant boats that were bringing in the merchandise. So a lot of things went on. Eventually, there was a battle down at the waterfront in Yankees. So between the Confederates and the Yankees, there was a fight. So they used for years and years, you could go down there and find bullets because of the fight that they had down there and shoot it back and forth. But now, and then at one time, Yankee Hall was actually used as a recreation place. They had a provision that you could go down and dance in front of the waterfront. You could eat down there and just the family have fun. But it said now it is just one of those places that is considered to be one of the lost great places to visit. It is still a beautiful sight to see. We had heard that they had made it a private road going down to the river, but you can't ride down there. And when you ride down there, where the road stops, less than 200 feet, the water is right there. But it is beautiful, it's white sand, and Yankee Hall still represent a lot to us here in Pactolus, North Carolina. It's an honor to be here in North Carolina, be here in Pactolus. I was born and raised here. When I got in high school, I said, I just want to leave Pactolus. Didn't get no further than Greenville, but I got out of Pactolus. My family church is here at Hayes Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, but some of you are sure welcome to fellowship with us tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock with the Reverend Billy Craig Board. And if you want to come to our service, we start at 11 and we're out by 1. And we get a chance to see some of the other historical sites here in Pactolus. We'd be more than happy to share them with you. We do have I have extra copies of the history of Pactolus, so if anybody needs extra copies to take back to your family, please see me, and we make sure you get it. And I thank our chairperson for this opportunity. And I actually have a picture that I wanted to present to you. That is an official portrait of the first parade that was held in Pactolus. We went out and bought every Dell reflector we could get our hands on, and we just cut the picture out. But that is one I thought you would love to have that for your history book.
Put it right over here on this lineage table.
Yes.
So you can see that.
Now I'm sure somebody here that know more about all this than I do, but if you're free, I just tell it the way I know it.
Thank you, Jill. Who knows the patriarch that binds us all together? What's his name? Warren Moore. Now, who are these people to Warren? His children. Okay, so, and the reason why I'm doing this is because although many of us have been coming to family reunions for years, it's not clear sometimes who actually is binding us all together. And Warren was born in North Carolina, and all of his children was born in Pactolus. So it's highly likely, specifically because he was born in January 1841, he was more likely working the fields as a slave here. So coming exactly here is like to redeem their name and their heritage. And we're the descendants now. And looking the way we look, and we look wonderful tonight. Absolutely wonderful. They will be so proud of us. So super proud. So thank you so much for coming in, and thank you so much, Jill. The copies, we're going to put them right there on that lineage table there. So if people want to grab them, they can certainly do that. Okay, which leads us into our second part of the night, which is done in complete silence for those who are new to us here. And those helpers that I asked from earlier, you can come down quickly while we're working in complete silence here, or getting silent. Okay, maybe they forgot who I asked to help me earlier. All right, one of them I'm looking right at. Last name Artist. Another one is Chancey. 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 Yep, Tashawn. Trying to make sure every table. Can I get 2 more helpers, young helpers? 2 more helpers? Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna pass.
For the helpers, you can just pass one little section out per table because they're already counted by 8, so you don't have to go and count each one. Just give each section to a table.
All right, you'll also need to grab a pen if you have one. Grab a writing pen. And if anyone needs it. Please raise your hand if you need a writing pen. We have a few up here. Please raise your hand if you need a writing pen. And then await instructions. And await instructions. So you are getting an envelope and a letter and await instructions. And only raising your hand so that you can get a pen. And this section is done in complete silence. They will get a pen to you. We did this, what we call the tradition of keepsake letter. We did this and started a tradition, a legacy in 2015, and we do this in complete silence. So if you're speaking, this is out of alignment with what my request is, which is that this is done in complete silence. Please raise your hand if you need a pen, an envelope, or a letter, please. I still hear some chatter, some chatter. The tradition we're starting is that this keepsake tradition is done in complete silence. Thank you. If you know you have an extra pen, please help us out. We've given out all of ours. Grab an extra pen so we can. If you have extra pens, we need about 5 more because we ran out up here. So maybe if someone's younger than the age of 5 and they have a pen, they wouldn't need it, or if they have a keepsake letter, they wouldn't need it. Just await instructions, and then I'll give them to you next. Who else is in need of something? Please raise your hand. I got a front table over here to my right. A pen? Is that a pen, sir? You need a pen. Do we have a family member that has another pen? Thank you. Awesome. Please raise your hand if you need a pen. Okay. Out of tradition, this section is done in complete silence, and we await for everyone as family. We wait for everyone. No person left behind. This is the start of one of the starts of our legacy. It's just being present in the moment. Thank you, helpers. Take a moment to review the right side of your letter and fill in the first part that says, "My name is," your full name, your government name. This section is done in complete silence. This is the keepsake letter tradition. We are starting our legacy, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Second part, I am the child of your parents. I am the child of your parents. And fill out that section. The next section. If you could tell We Are Family descendants anything 100 years from now, what would you say to them? If you could tell We Are Family descendant anything 100 years from now, what would you say? This is done in complete silence. Be present in the moment. Please, thank you. The reason why this is so important, you want to imagine if Warren Moore, the patriarch that binded us all together, if they actually kept this tradition 100 years from now and we were reading this letter. That's what we're starting and creating now. So whatever you write, just think, what would I actually tell a family member 100 years from now? Have you completed your letter to your satisfaction? If not, please raise your hand. We will wait for you. Have you completed your letter to your satisfaction? If not, please raise your hand. We will wait for you. Have you completed your letter to your satisfaction? If not, please raise your hand. Okay? We will wait for you. In the meantime, please keep silent. If someone next to you is talking, please ask them to be silent while others are thinking about the legacy that they're creating. Please, no social media, this. Who still needs time? We'll give you about 2 more minutes. This is fascinating. Our babies are writing and they're thinking about what they would actually say. Thank you for patiently waiting for your cousin and relative. All right, thank you. At this time, please take your letter and seal it in your envelope. In complete silence, be present in the moment. In silence, please. Thank you.
Too busy kissing.
Next, legibly record your name and number on the outside of your envelope under the words keepsake letter. Please legibly record your name and your phone number on the outside of your envelope under the words keepsake letter. This part is very important. Very, very important. You do it exactly like this. Without speaking, find a keepsake partner located at another table. If they're 70 years and older and not wanting to walk, please go to them instead of them coming to you. Please, without speaking, find someone who has a keepsake letter and find and partner with them that's not at your table. You may go in complete silence. Thank you so much. Without speaking, without speaking. Yes. And just stand right in front of them. Stand right in front of that cousin. Be present with that cousin at this moment, at this time. Without speaking, be present with who they are, what they went through to travel here, what you may think they might have wrote in their letter about what they would say 100 years from now. What brings them joy. Just be imaginative at this moment. Be present with just them. That's your blood relative. They are the descendant of Warren Moore. If you didn't see a partner, raise your hand. Raise your hand high so they can match yourselves.